Neonic Void Productions presents.
I'll try the fuck over there and beat James's ass. on
Do it.
on period. On site. Hi, welcome to Spookocalypse, where Zio is going to kick Indigo's ass. Hi, how are you? What's poppin'? Yeah, you would think again after 3 years, I get my shit together. This is not that kind of podcast. I don't have my shit together. Today I'm joined with the wonderful and amazing Tyler. Not Tyler. Oh my God. But yeah, Jesus
And have I got a
Christ.
fucking book for you?
Let's try that again.
Jesus fucking Christ. Introducing Buddy and Mad Chairman and the forgetful housekeeper.
That's me.
That's me. Fucking Amanda Show. Fucking Amanda Show up in here. And today, let's get into the housekeeping.
What?
Do the housekeeping.
Oh, okay. I'll do my job.
Yes, do your job.
If you like this podcast, make sure you follow and rate us on whatever site you listen to your podcast. Share with your friends. New episodes get uploaded every Saturday. Links are down in the description for other podcasts that are part of the Neonic family. Follow us on Twitter. Our handle is at Spookocalypse. That's at SPOOKOCALYPSE. We also have a YouTube. If you are from YouTube, hi, hello, welcome. Make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. It really helps us out. We do spooky shit, and mints will be on the pillow.
And today's flavor mint is gonna be
Cream soda.
green soda. Radioactive.
Cream.
Green?
Cream soda.
Cream soda. What the fuck? Okay, cream soda's good. I mean, that's fine.
I'm just drinking this because I'm drinking it.
Cream soda's great. You
It's
fucking
really good.
degenerate.
Did we introduce our fifth temporary?
I was going to introduce. I was going to get to introducing the waste of space. Yes.
Damn.
At least I don't take up as much space as you do.
Damn.
I'm in disbelief how everything could fit in one room with your big ego. Anyway, hi. So we have a guest today. I say unfortunately, but it's not like I didn't ask him to be on here anyway.
Yeah, I'm totally not getting paid to be here.
None of us
You're
are
getting paid?
to be here.
You're getting paid.
Well, I'm
Who's
getting
getting
compensation
paid?
of some kind.
Yeah.
You're getting compensation from God.
You're getting exposure.
How dare you?
Like
We are
anyone knows who he is. So today we
Who's the guy?
have the co-host of the podcast that gets the most views and listens, apparently, in the Neonic Ford family. What?
Oh, Indigo was saying how I'm pan, you're bi, and Jacob is literally the only fucking gay one here.
Future haven't cut this part out, faggot. We have Kaiju Groupie, or as you know him, Jacob, from the Book Watchers, on the pod this week and for the next coming weeks, because the month of August is what's the theme for August? Kaiju Groupie.
Theme for August is going to be creatures, giant monsters.
what type of creature? There's a theme.
Kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaiju.
It's literally my name. Okay.
Kaiju Groupie, because he would let Godzilla do things to him, and that freaks me out every day.
Okay, I wouldn't exactly let Godzilla do things to me, but
Are you sure about that?
I'm
sure
pretty
about that? Are you?
I mean, I'd let him step on me. That's for sure.
Oh, monster fucker. Monster fucker. Yep.
As opposed to the tentacle fucking host.
There's no proof. Only allegations. Hearsay. No evidence. Thank you.
It's on one of the podcasts.
It's not on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
No
it's on
evidence.
at least 2 of them.
Shut up, Bunya. Do you want to be thrown into the vat of the void and time out?
That's fucking great.
The state I live in is timeout.
Oh, I mean, you're right. We all live in the state. You're right. You're not wrong.
That was funny.
We live in Satan's ass crack. So yes, the theme of the month for August is kaiju, but today's episode is going to be on the theme of monsters. So I got the resident monster fucker to join us to talk about monsters in the genre of horror.
Allegedly, never proven, never fully admitted.
Says the man playing a wolf man. Wolf.
Oh, hold up. That's not monster fucker. That's a furry.
A wolf man.
There's a difference.
A werewolf. That's
Werewolf
a monster.
is a monster.
That's monster.
Okay. Freed is a wolf
Freed.
born.
Which is a werewolf.
It's just a natural.
Where?
Just a natural
Wolf.
born werewolf.
Natural born werewolf. I stand corrected. Thank you, your honors.
No.
Thank you, your honors in the jury.
It's your point stance.
Whatever.
I'm gonna take my viewerships back to book watchers now.
Your viewership. Your viewership. He gets maybe a few hundred listens, and all of a sudden he's the star. He's the star of the Yawning Boy Productions.
A few hundred listens, motherfucker. We had like over 1,000.
Why is Devin talking shit about his best podcast?
I don't know.
It doesn't help him. Why is it a great thing to do is to talk shit about your own thing?
The hate is coming from inside the house.
It's kind of inside the closet, and it's been roomy, and I dug it out, so it's nice and roomy in here. Nice and
so you went back in?
Girl, I can't fit back in there. The closet's too crowded. I had to clean that shit out first. But yeah, it's monsters. Do y'all like monsters? That's the start. That's a question.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, bye everyone.
No. Stop sign off.
I like cute monsters. Like the ones that you can hug. You're like, oh, you're not so scary. And then it melts someone's face off. And like, oh, you're going to be my new best friend.
You're talking about gremlins?
What? No.
I mean, they're cute until you feed them after midnight.
Don't get them wet.
Don't get them wet.
What time zone?
That's a good question.
Oh, that is a good question.
Like, where's the line of delineation? Like, is it after midnight, but before 6 a.m.?
I'm assuming it's after midnight in the current time zone they are in. But then their bodies delegate to that? That's weird. Spielberg? Was Spielberg part of that project?
No,
Somebody explain. Anyway, so monsters.
Wait.
Favorite monster? Since y'all like monsters, apparently. Like, I don't like monsters.
I like Zio.
I'm not a monster.
You sure about that?
Am I a monster? I'm not a monster.
Yeah,
What
Sure
have-
about that?
What have I done that's so monstrous?
Insert link into entire Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Hellish nuke.
Oh my god.
Don't what? Why you gotta bring the D&D podcast? I have done
Look.
no such thing as monsters on the D&D podcast.
I don't
It's
even
it's
bring
wholesome.
I don't even bring up my shit the amount of time that you bring up the
Oh
hellish
my
nuke.
I just love throwing that.
Dude,
in his
it's
face.
every day.
It's fucking hilarious. Don't worry, it'll pass.
No, it's not.
I'm just living my life. See, ladies and gentlemen and others, apparently I'm a monster because I do.
I know, huh?
Because I do some things in D&D that are quote unquote questionable choices. Okay.
So campaign 1 and 2 are the reasons you will never be able to run for a position of power.
Yeah. You can never run for political office because of those campaigns.
What do you mean? Give me
Even if you
the
Geneva Convention.
Will still be like, we can't vote him in.
Geneva Convention, more like Geneva Suggestion.
That's why.
What do you?
Yeah.
What do you
He
mean?
just proves his point.
I have done no such crimes.
You literally live for the chaos and drama. If it's going to cause a lot of chaos and a lot of drama, you would do it.
Anyway, this isn't D&D.
Oh no, but that correlates. Okay, now I need examples. What example? Give me an example in the campaign 1 that equals me being a monster, breaking war crimes and shit.
Who was that one orc character that was dumb and died?
Phoebus?
Yeah.
He went there.
Yeah, you trapped us on like the 9th level of hell with an unbeatable boss.
That wasn't his creation, though.
It was not unbeatable for one. Y'all could have beaten
even
it.
Worse. He's like, I borrowed this and you still couldn't beat it.
I did. I borrowed it. It wasn't even mine. I borrowed it and y'all could have beaten it, but y'all chose not to. Y'all couldn't. It was beatable. It almost certainly was.
Yeah. Whoever they made it was a monster. They should be ashamed.
Indigo made it. Indigo's the monster. That was a creation of Indigo's, and I had to nerf it even more than what he already nerfed it. Okay, cool. So I'm a monster. I commit war crimes. Any other favorite monsters? What?
The princess.
The
What?
princess.
I didn't cause the princess.
No, but I'm saying my favorite monster is the princess.
You mean the elven princess?
Yeah.
She's not a monster. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
she's not anything yet. I mean, Shen's a monster.
Shen is a monster.
Outside of my quote unquote air quotes loosely war crimes that would break the laws, the ruling of the Geneva Convention. What actual monsters do you all like?
Well, as you can see from my little on Discord, Godzilla is my favorite.
Oh god, what the heck is his name?
Godzilla. Okay. But yep.
I would say, like, what qualifies as a monster? Because
anything from Dracula to Lake Placid to Anaconda to Jaws to Godzilla to.
Speaking of, have you seen the trailer for the Last Voyage of the Demeter?
Hell yeah!
Can't wait for that.
Oh, I'm watching the fuck out of that. Dracula,
It's fucking like third one this year.
And I'm not mad at it. We're through it. We're living in a Dracula renaissance, and I'm living. Dracula is so gay.
I mean, other than Dracula.
What's that?
This is a throwback, and I hope that you actually recognize when I say it. Kevin.
Kevin!
No, not Kevin. We don't even know who Kevin is.
Kevin!
I have theories of Kevin in the Cabin in the Woods.
That guy. I was like,
Kevin is a monster in Cabin in the Woods.
I forgot.
If you watch,
who the fuck is Kevin?
If you watch the Cabin in the Woods movie, if you don't know, go back to the episode where we talk about Cabin in the Woods on this podcast. Lovely episode, great movie. There's a wall of monsters, a whiteboard that has all these monsters where people placing bets. One of the monsters is named Kevin. And we stand Kevin here in the House of the Void. We stand Kevin. We will
What
always
kind of
stand
monster
Kevin.
was Kevin?
Nobody knows.
I don't know. Nobody knows. They never said. And I have the visual campaign, not campaign, the
Novel.
Companion.
the visual companion book that goes along with the movie. And they don't even list Kevin in there either. They have, I think, like an image or like a idea of what Kevin might have been.
Yeah,
they reference him in there, but
whoever's in charge of Cabin in the Woods, please make a movie where Kevin's the monster. I paid big money for that.
I'll pay big bucks.
I'll pay big bucks.
Turns out Kevin is just one of the office guys and he's just a dick.
That's one of the
I would
theories.
love that. Yeah, that is one of the theories.
One of
He's
the
just a
theories
guy.
is that he's one of the guys who works within the whole thing.
Man, fuck Kevin.
Love Kevin.
Love Kevin.
I'm a fan of Dracula. I'm a fan of the werewolf. The Wolfman. Frankenstein. Creature from the Black Lagoon needs to get more love. That's my
Blob.
stance on that. The Blob.
That's my actual favorite. John
Love
Carpenter's
the
The
Blob.
Thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Thing.
It's on my list.
And I just recently watched The Thing this past weekend, and it was amazing. Saw it again, like for the 10 billionth time.
The whole movie, I was just all like, yeah, because this was my face the whole movie.
Oh God, Kaiju Groupie he's traumatized.
My mother and brother, who are both more of horror sluts than I am, forced me to watch that movie when I was a kid. They both did. Like, my brother pinned me down and made me watch it.
Well,
Which one?
when we watched The Thing, someone else picked the movie. He didn't complain.
I was like, okay, I don't want to say no. He wants to watch it, so fine. No. Watch The Thing. God damn it!
I wanted to choose The Blob just to traumatize you more, but I didn't.
You know, The Blob doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh.
I think The Thing was way worse.
Also, anything by Lovecraft? I mean, Avi, because I worship the ground that man fucking walks on when it comes to his stories. Not as a person, fuck him as a person. He's a piece of shit. But the monsters and horrors that he creates, I love.
Wasn't there like a hellhound?
There was,
And then
there is.
Of course, Big Man Cthulhu.
Daddy Cthulhu, yeah.
Your sugar daddy.
I love Cthulhu so much, y'all. Now, granted, here's story time. Story time. I don't know if I ever actually said this. Once upon a time, I went to an anime convention with a friend. And my friend's like, oh my God, not Devin. Oh my God, Zia, you should get a body pillow. And I'm like, nah. And they're like, why not? Get a body pillow. And I'm like, cool, bet. If there is a Cthulhu body pillow, I'll get it. 20 minutes. Mind you, 20 minutes. My friend walks off 20 minutes later. She's like, you better get your wallet out. And I'm like, why? And she's like, cause I found your body pillow. And I'm like, what? What? No, you did. She's like, bet. She took me to it. She took me to a nice little vendor in the artist alley. Lovely little vendor. And I'm like, oh, cool, body pillows. Great, cool. And then I looked to my left at the very tippy top of her little display. And what do I see? I see a buff, nude Cthulhu body pillow. And I'm like, oh, well, shit. I'm like, ma'am, how much is that? And she's like, that's the last one. I think it was like $45. $45. And I'm like, bet. So I opened up my wallet. I slammed down $45. And now, years later, I have a Cthulhu body pillow. And that's a story on how I got my one body pillow. because Cthulhu is the best monster of monsters. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So anyway, yeah, my
Damn.
favorite Eldritch
Oh, damn.
horror would have to be the Yig,
The Yig.
the Snake Man.
I do love the Snake Man Yig. Love him.
But in broad categories of monsters, I have no idea. I'd have to look up every myth and be like, I don't remember this one.
Well, it doesn't have to be just myth. Like it could also be from like movies, books, comics. There's more to it than just like, vampires, werewolves, kaiju. Like to give you an example, there's this movie on Amazon Prime called The Relic. And no, not to get confused with The Ritual. But then also The Ritual is another one. Could even be like a monstrous god creature. Like there's also like so many other creatures like quote unquote monsters, like dragons can technically be considered monsters even though they're intelligent.
I mean,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, you could consider Smog a monster because he
Yeah.
invaded a mountain and burned.
Intelligence doesn't make something a monster or something not a monster, because Dracula is not like mindless. He has some intelligence.
Yeah, so
You know what's a good monster is Jeepers Creepers.
oh, that's a good one.
No, the real monster of Jeepers Creepers is that director.
Oh my god.
That's a real life monster right there. Y'all want to know who the director is for Jeepers Creepers and why I said that? Look it up on your own time, because I'm not gonna. It's not a true crime podcast where we get into that, but look it up. It's a fucking horror show. But no, Jeepers Creepers is a good monster. Unfortunately, this director is more of a monster. What else? Oh, an underlining theme with monsters is gay. Gay. All the gay. The writer of Dracula, a gay man. The first vampire story, Camilla, lesbian. Gay. What Werewolf in London, gay. Gay. Just all the gay.
It's only gay because you saw a lot of ass and peen.
You cannot tell me that during that whole thing that there was not some lovey-dovey gay shit going on between those the two characters. He was acting like he was in love with him. Yeah, there's some gayness there.
Bro, Zio, they are straight men.
No.
Straight men do stupid shit together.
No.
The most gayest people in the world are straight men.
Fair. Unsupervised straight men are the gayest people in the world.
I mean, there's underlying gay tones in Werewolf in London, period. Can't tell me otherwise. But werewolves in general are real gay. Just monsters are real gay, just in general. I mean, again, Dracula. You can't tell me that he wasn't having a thing with the main character. That there wasn't sexual tension there from Dracula's end. We'll get into that more when we actually get into that with Book Watchers. But there's underlying gay tones between those two. Jonathan Harker and Dracula. Gay.
What about Frankenstein and his monster?
Frankenstein was written by a lesbian.
Yeah, that's true.
More gayness. The horror genre is built on the backs of the gays. There's a whole documentary about it on Shudder if you don't know. I'm saying it now, controversial, not really controversial opinion, but some people out there would say it's controversial. We wouldn't have the horror genre today if it wasn't for the gays. Because I would argue that the gays contribute the most to the horror genre, to the way it is today. Period. You hear some straight man in the back go, no.
No, Indigo's pretty quiet. He hasn't said anything.
He can't hear the conversation.
He can't hear the conversation, but I'm sure he probably would argue it.
It's a joke.
I do have a feeling he would argue it though.
He probably would.
I was just gonna say, any kind of ghost or spirit is an appealing monster to me because they just seem unstoppable.
That's
Outside
fair.
of
True.
certain
Demons.
rituals, where it's like how they can phase through all obstacles and yet they can just interact with the corporeal bodies and are usually stopped by a certain ritual.
True.
That's true. And then there's demons too.
I love demons. I love a good demon.
I imagine a ghost was maybe thought up by someone with obsessive compulsive disorder. Like, okay, we have to stop this being in a very particular way, and if any of it goes wrong, we have to start the whole thing over.
If you get a chance to do it over and don't die first.
Exactly.
Some would say the worst monster is humanity itself.
Yep.
Dun dun dun. Humans are the monsters. I mean, watch The Strangers. They're a bunch of monsters. Or funny games.
I mean, the best horror stories are likely inspired by the actions of humanity.
Yeah.
Speaking of monsters, do you want to see a great picture real quick? I promise you, it's not anything bad.
Sure,
have
but our
a guess
audience
of-
can't see it.
I have a guess of what the picture is, but just show it.
Yeah.
It's Junji Ito.
Oh my god, Junji Ito.
I fucking love him.
Junji Ito, the monster of the creator of the Lovecraftian cosmic horror of Japan. Life in Plastic is fantastic. By the way, if you haven't seen Barbie, do yourself a favor and go see Barbie. It's real good. Barbie's not a horror film. That's just a recommendation from IZO to everybody, the host and listeners. What's another good monster? Freddy Krueger. I don't know. What would you what do you consider to be a monster to you? What's your worst fear with a monster? What's the scariest monster? If you saw this monster, you'd be fucked. What would it be?
Something with no hint of compassion or remorse. That could be fucking anything.
Pennywise.
Yeah, I was thinking of like what kind of monster, and I was still thinking of like people, and I'm like, if you can't appeal to their humanity at all, that seems to be the definition of a monster.
That is fair. That is very fair. And Pennywise is another good monster. An alien, abstract concept of a terror. It's three little lights.
You know, there are like so many different monsters out there. You know, of course, like besides the obvious ones, like I already listed the creature from the relic, and then of course the child of Loki. And
From the ritual.
Yeah, and if you look through like mythology, you have monsters of all kinds, and sometimes they're like disguised too. Like you think like, oh, they're actually cute and they're supposedly harmless. But in reality is that they're actually fucking monsters. Like, look at the Fae from Celtic mythology.
I don't know what you're talking about. The Fae are sweet, innocent little creatures that have done nothing wrong.
Lies.
I
know better.
talk about my culture supplies only innocent looking creatures of joy, not terror, until you cross one, and then they'll fuck you up.
They routinely like steal newborn babes out of their cribs and
that is true.
Replace them with changelings.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. And also, like, if you're gonna look at, like, if we're looking at mythology, aside from the Fae, you also have, like, in the Abrahamic religions, in Judaism, there's the golem, which is man-made, but you can't really consider the golem as a monster, but at the same time, like, it can fit in that category because, like, the golem was created by Jewish rabbis to protect their communities. You speak a certain word over, like, a clay statue or something like that. I gotta, like, actually look up how they're made and what their origin is, but that's where the golems come from. And then, like, Islam, as long as, like, old Persian, Mesopotamian lore, you have, like, the jinn, which are like spirits. And then, of course, like, the Bible does talk about, like, a giant sea monster, the Leviathan.
Oh, never. Wow.
It does mention the Leviathan, and there's actually 3 great beasts in the Abrahamic
Leviathan, religion. The behemoth, and the zig or ziz or some bird.
So just look at Pokemon. There's 3 Pokemon based on those creatures. It's Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. Those are the 3 great. Those are the 3 great beasts of the Abrahamic religions.
Like, from the Jewish text, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the zig anyway. The ziz, the bird's from Jewish, but yeah. We'll get if you want more information on that, ladies and gents, we'll get to that in Tea of the Gods, because that's our next subject. Is that?
Yeah, I just want to say I compared Godzilla to the Leviathan because, like, the Leviathan is a fire-breathing monster too. It's a giant sea monster, but it also breathes fire. And I'm like, Godzilla. I got into like a 2-hour debate with my brother over that. It was insane. He couldn't sway my opinion.
I wouldn't say the Leviathan's Godzilla, because Leviathan in certain texts, which version you look at, it's addressed as a female, but it's also a prince of hell.
Right.
Envy, yeah.
And
it's a serpent, not a dragon-like Godzilla creature, because Godzilla is not a serpent.
Are you sure? Because in that one Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick, he was a lizard.
Lizards aren't serpents. It's 2 different things.
We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about that here.
We have time for Zilla here.
We don't. No.
Yes.
We have no.
We have time for Zilla.
Absolutely.
No.
We have time for Zilla.
We do not. Okay. Yeah. We'll give Zilla time. We'll give him 2 seconds. That's how long it took Godzilla to kill him.
We'll give her 2 seconds. Thank you.
Whatever.
You will give Zilla the respect.
Zilla deserves no respect.
Zilla deserves all the respect.
It gets none for me.
Hater. Kaiju hater.
Yeah, I hate that one because it's just fucking garbage. It's not Godzilla.
Wow.
You can't change my mind, so don't bother.
But yeah, no, the Leviathan's a sea serpent. and or Prince of Hell, and or Angel, Fallen Angel. It's weird. I mean, you can say the same thing about Behemoth. Not necessarily a Prince of Hell, is I don't think so, but also a Fallen Angel. It's weird. Don't think about it too hard. Religion's weird.
It's a mountain-sized monster. That's what it is.
Remember, Kaiju Groupie, do you remember the meme that you sent me that you tried to like, oh, I'm one up you, the whole Narnia, I was there.
Yes.
Yeah. That's you explaining mythology to me. Like, I was there. I know it all.
So Zio, you admit that you're old.
Bitch. Not what I meant, and you fucking know it. I will. What was that, Isaac?
What?
What was that?
Huh?
Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I don't want you to sit on me.
What?
Huh?
Why the fuck would
What?
I sit on you? I need an adult. God damn. What is going on here? Mad Chairman's off his rocker. Kaiju
Zio, you
group.
are the adult.
I already know that he knows I already know. Bunyip is just over here going, probably, what the fuck is going on?
I'm just
And
waiting
Housekeeper
for my
forgot
turn.
today's episode. What was that, Bunyip?
I'm just waiting for my turn. We've got the Terminator as a kind of monster, an android or robot.
That is true.
Yeah, that does work.
Dominator. Yeah,
So
I guess humanity.
yeah.
In the first one, at least.
We've even got like the mother of all monsters in Greek mythology, Echidna.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then her, and of course her baby daddy.
Yeah. In the Abraham, you got the mother of all demons, Lilith,
Who's also
Adam's first wife.
and the mother of all witches too.
Yeah.
She was the first witch.
Yeah.
Which witch?
I hate you.
The witch.
The Blair Witch. That's another fun one.
Yeah.
Hey, the Blair Witch is good. The first one is good in the sense of like it's all a ruse. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. It's all a ruse, and the two guys put her on this journey just to kill her in the end.
Nah.
But
Have we
then
ever talked about Blair Witch?
no, but we should. Because I love the theory that it's all just fake, and the two guys fabricate this whole thing just so they can kill the girl. But then
so
the sequel, but yes, but it's so good. And then the new sequel came out back in 2016, and the witch actually exists.
Yeah.
But that's so cool too, because that sequel is actually really good. I will stand by that. Thank you.
Well, if we're gonna throw in like machines and cybernetics into this, like let's not forget the Reapers from Mass Effect.
I love the Reapers. They're so awesome.
They are like, oh my god, those are like the best bad guy, like aliens I've ever fought in any game.
We are the harbinger of your destruction. And it turns out they were created by basically humans all along.
They were created by the Leviathans.
Well, yes, Leviathans, yeah. Humanoid kind of thoughts, creatures that they're like, oh, let's teach machines how to think. And then they're like, oh man, they think way too good. And they're like, oh man, humans think too good. Stop it.
That is true. Well, that's true about them, like being like, oh, like we taught them to think, and they end up thinking too good. But the Leviathans were actually like, they look exactly like the Reapers.
Yeah,
They weren't humanoid.
the big squid monsters. Yeah.
Yeah. Very Lovecraftian. Right up
Yeah.
Zio's alley.
Hell yeah, it is.
And if we're going like space alien, like if we're talking like aliens too, like let's not forget the flood from Halo.
Yes.
Like
Or
I
Dead
am the
Space.
monument of all your sins.
Which still doesn't make sense, but okay.
Well, if you think about it, like since like in the Halo verse, humanity used to be like 100,000 years ago used to be a spacefaring race that was almost on par with the Forerunners, and they also discovered an ancient grave mine
Yeah.
precursor. So it could tie into that, but we won't. But that's not what we're here for today.
You know what else is monstrous?
Hmm.
Gas prices. Kidding.
Oh Lord.
Any monster movies coming out that we're looking forward to?
Green Day.
Yeah, several. Several. Like, well, of course, you mentioned Voyage of the Demeter earlier,
Yeah.
and then December 1st, Godzilla -1.
Yes. Yes.
That
It's Japanese. It's the Japan's first Godzilla film since Shin Godzilla.
hmm
And honestly, it seems more like a prequel to the original. Kind of.
it kind of looks like they're remaking the original Godzilla from 1954 because it's post-war Japan, so
Yeah.
they're rebuilding. They're still recovering from the after effects of
Bombs.
the atomic bombs and everything. And then, oh look, radioactive dinosaur comes out of the ocean and breathes and just destroys everything.
That's hot.
Literally. Yeah, but he looks so cool. The design of Godzilla -1 is amazing. I love it. Can't wait. But besides Godzilla -1, the Meg 2, the Trench is coming out. If you want to count that.
Oh yeah, I love shark movies.
Yes, the Meg. Love it. And there's
And
and it's either a squid or an octopus is going to be in it too.
Nuh-uh.
Yay! There's
there
tentacles.
might be a Leopleurodon,
It's gonna be a colossal fucking squid, probably.
probably.
A what?
It's a magical
A
squid.
colossal squid.
No. What'd you say, Kaiju Groupie?
Oh,
They're
Leopleurodon.
What the hell's a
it's a-
Leopleurodon?
It's a magical Leopleurodon.
Leopleurodon.
Who's gonna show us the way to Candy Mountain?
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Fuck y'all.
Shun the non-believer.
Sean.
No, get away.
Well, okay, so Zio, just so you know, we are going to be reviewing the Meg on Book Watchers because the Meg is based off of a book series by Steve Alton. So beware.
Oh.
That's cool.
And I don't really care to go see this movie. Just putting that out there because like I've read the books and I've seen the first Meg, and I was just like, this movie's garbage.
Well, yeah, it had Jason Statham, but he wasn't running constantly throughout the movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. The Meg was great. It was fun. People got eaten.
You have the trashiest tastes in fucking movies. My God.
What? People got eaten in the first one. It was great.
Yeah. Anyway, besides that, there's also The Nun #2.
Yes. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready
can't
for
wait to see
some
that.
Valak.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one. And there's a movie coming out. It's called The Creator. Coming out on
What's that about?
September. Huh?
What is that about?
It's about
Uh,
some world where it's a post-apocalyptic world, and they're hunting down this child that's a robot android thing. That whoever has this child determines if they win this war that's happening. It's not a monster flick. It's a sci-fi post-apocalyptic flick. It looks kind of boring to me.
What are you talking about? The people are the real monsters here.
It looks boring. I saw a trailer
Either
for
way.
it yesterday when I saw Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I saw like a glimpse of the trailer. I haven't fully watched it yet. Besides that, there's also Five Nights at Freddy's. Killer animatronics.
Love that. Love them. Can't wait to see it.
And
Everything in Little Nightmares 1 and 2,
Fuck not
including
whatever.
6.
Fuck. Her name is Six, right?
Yes.
Fuck Six. That fucking bitch. She played me like a fiddle. Fuck her. I wish
Wait,
the worst.
Got bamboozled.
So upset.
wait, what's the movie called?
It's a video game called Little Nightmares. The main character's a bitch.
Never played it.
Hate her so much. Oh,
Tell us how you really feel.
I want. Oh, ooh.
If you want the feeling of betrayal, play the second game.
Oh God, the feeling of betrayal. The tall man deserves to kill her. Anyway. We can. There's
How does
also
that
the
make you
best.
feel?
There's also the best alien ever, which is Alien, aka the Xenomorphs, the best aliens, period. Any other aliens not worth it. A waste of time in space.
So Predators was not that great.
Trash.
Hey, Prey was awesome.
Prey was good, but the Predator itself is trash. Xenomorph's better. I will stay on that hill. Thank you.
Xenomorph got hunted down by Predator.
Aliens versus Predators. Apparently, like the studio that made Prey is trying to like bring back the whole Alien versus Predator fad.
Oh, you mean
I hope so.
you mean 21st Century Studios?
Yeah.
Disney owns Predator and the
And
Xenomorph.
Aliens.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
I
That'd
hope
be
they
great.
don't. I hope they don't, because those movies are trash. Those movies are not good.
Wow, really? Really?
Yes.
You like Velocipaster, but you don't
Alien-
like Aliens
No.
versus Predator?
No,
What is wrong with
absolutely
you? What
not.
the hell is wrong with you?
The
Alien
first
versus
one,
Predator Requiem was great.
No.
Okay. We don't
trash.
talk about the first one.
No, the first one was better. The second one, you could barely see what the fuck is going on. It's so goddamn dark, and it's so just so bad.
That sounds like a you problem.
No, Alien versus Predator needs to die and stay dead. But the
No.
first one was the best of the two. But it's not worth exploring again. Thank you. It's just not. It's just not.
But
Don't
Theo,
put all the
whoever
money.
wins, we lose.
Okay. Then what's the point?
I don't know.
No one cared about Alien versus Predator. No one cared.
The only thing I remember about Requiem is the one line where they're like, the government doesn't lie to people, and the entire theater laughed.
What? The government doesn't lie to people. I remember seeing that as a kid, and even then, like I was just like, "Ha! I'm only 12 years old, and I already know that's a lie."
Favorite monster movie? Just in general.
Cabin in the Woods. Easy.
Ooh. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Iconic movie. Iconic. I love it so much. That's one of my favorite movies.
I thought Housekeeper was going to say Cabin in the Woods too.
It's oh god, I love that movie.
It's one I can watch over and over, like just nonstop. Like
100%. 100%.
You know what's another monster movie that's exactly like that? Is rewatchable to the max. Van Helsing.
Oh yeah,
I love that movie too.
yeah, that was good.
I love how both those movies are ones that I chose to watch.
I know. I love them so much. Oh god. Oh, I was watching Van Helsing recently, this past weekend, and I was like, "Oh, this movie's still so good."
We don't deserve Hugh Jackman.
We don't.
He's too
coming
good
back
for
as
this.
Wolverine.
I know.
No.
It was so great.
Oh my
Have you
god,
seen him
I
in
can't wait.
in the costume? Oh my god, it's so good.
Finally, after what 22 years?
You know they
He's
had to.
Ryan Reynolds is giving it to us.
Yep. It had
I
to be
love it,
Ryan
man.
Reynolds.
Of course,
don't
it would be
deserve
Ryan
Ryan Reynolds.
Reynolds, and we love him for it.
Ryan
Fucking
Reynolds,
great.
Daddy, please come on the pod. We'll do the episode for Amityville Horror with you, babe.
Oh
Oh
god.
my god, what? Oh my god, if Ryan Reynolds ever does pop on this podcast, I'm gonna die. I will die, disintegrate. Could you imagine?
Like we wouldn't even know how to handle that. So what's your favorite monster movie?
Who?
Yours.
Van Helsing. Well, if we're talking about one particular monster, then like
Oh yeah, singular monster.
I'm amazed you haven't said Underwater.
oh, you're right. I was just thinking about that one too. Because Underwater deals with
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Hulu.
Big spoilers for that, by the way.
Oh yeah, big spoilers. Because let me tell you, I did not know that going into the movie, and I almost stood up and screamed in the middle of the theater. That would have been awkward because everyone would have been like, "What the fuck? Who the fuck is that?" And I'd be the only bitch in the room that would know who that is.
That iconic scene where like he just rises up out of that pit. Like as soon as I saw that, I'm like, it's fucking Cthulhu.
I lost my shit during that scene. I'm not gonna lie. Like
My jaw was on the floor.
Indigo watched that movie before I had, and then he's just like, "Dude, you gotta watch this. You're gonna fucking love it." And he goes like, even more than like your love for Kristen Stewart, like you're gonna fucking love this movie. And I was like, bet. But he wouldn't tell me why. And then I watched it, and that scene came up, and I was like, like,
Lost my shit collectively.
Like I actually said, it's fucking Cthulhu in the theater.
And I love how
I'm
they
a-
showed him without actually saying who it was. Because we already knew.
Yeah, if you follow Lovecraft or if you know your shit, you just
Ladies and gents, I'm the Lovecraft expert in the void. Hi, how are you? I am a student of the craft. What's another good one? Underwater.
Oh.
Underwater is a good one. Yeah, I would say it's probably my favorite when it comes to a non-gothic monster.
Let's not forget Pacific Rim.
Oh God.
Let's.
Kaiju's.
Mhm.
Let's. What do you mean let's? You said let's forget?
It's Power Rangers with extra steps.
Oh.
How dare
I mean
you?
also Power Rangers. I do love a good Power Rangers. I am a hoe for Power
Anyway.
Rangers.
Anyway, we're just gonna ignore that slander. But no, so Guillermo del Toro said he was gonna announce something for the 10th anniversary of Pacific Rim. Like he's gonna be doing something special for it. Though when he announced it, it was on the day of the anniversary. And I keep checking and he hasn't announced anything yet. And I'm like, I'm waiting.
We're never gonna
Like,
know.
Oh, we're gonna know.
He spoke
made
too
promises.
it's
soon.
just gonna drop. Like it's just gonna drop, like without warning.
We're just gonna forget about it. Yep. and Lord Jesus, let Guillermo del Toro direct Mountain of Madness.
That's never gonna happen. It's never
It
gonna
could.
happen. It's
could.
not. It's not.
Good.
He already said it wasn't. He already said it wasn't. He
Hmm.
released a animatic of what he wanted to do because he said he came out and said it wasn't gonna happen. Trust me, I have been the president of that fan club that wanted him to make that goddamn movie for the last fucking decade, and I didn't get it. I am so upset. And if Del Toro is not directing another Pacific Rim movie, if it's another movie, I don't fucking want it. Just kill it, because the second one wasn't that great.
Well, the second one, he didn't even direct it.
I know he didn't. That's why. So if someone else is directing it, I don't want it. I will probably not watch it.
Like, I would love for them to, like, if they make another Pacific Rim, like, let them, like, just retcon it to where, like, oh yeah, that the second one wasn't actually the second one. This next one is. Just let it happen.
Give me more Power Rangers. Like the Power Rangers movie was good. Give it to me. Damn. Rita Repulsa was iconic.
She was your gay icon.
Hell yeah, and Elizabeth Banks, queen. And give me more Brightwood. Oh my god, what's that movie called?
Brightwood? You want more
Not
Brightwood? You
not
want more of that? You
No!
want more?
Not Brightwood. Hold the fuck up. That's not what I meant.
You want
Right.
more?
Like,
No, we
right.
were in there for 6 months. I don't want Brightwood. No, not that one. Hold the fuck up. It is, what was that movie called?
What was
It's
it about?
It was Superman, but evil.
Brightburn.
Brightburn. That's the one. I want more of Brightburn.
Man, that movie was fucked up, but I loved it.
That movie was so good. I was living. I loved it. What else? What else?
There's just so much shit out there. Like,
which do you like more? Do you like the old school monsters, or the old gothic horror, or the modern day monster?
well, you know me, I've always been more like, I always loved the kaiju, giant, city destroying monsters.
I mean, as a walking kaiju, you would, yeah.
Thank you.
Fucking obnoxiously tall
I'm voting for gothic horror.
gothic horror.
Seems more simple, at least to me.
So what would be considered gothic horror? Like, I have an
Dracula,
idea.
Frankenstein, werewolves,
Right.
witches.
Pretty much
honestly, like, I guess.
anything you have to send a priest to fight.
Yeah, good luck sending a priest to fight a giant monster. Oh wait, they did. And
So
they
bring
did.
a really big cross.
No, this it wasn't like a Catholic priest or like anything like that. It was in the Heisei series of Gamera. Gamera 3, The Revenge of Iris.
Yeah.
There was that there was this one character, she was very like religious. I'm not sure what the religion that she represented. I think it was like some form of Shinto. I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up. But she dead ass like tried to stand up against Gamera and the monster he was fighting, Iris, and she ends up getting crushed. She ends up getting like a building drops on her.
Oh Lord.
Hold on, let me see. Revenge of Iris. What was her name? What was her name? What was her name? Okay, of course, like doesn't give me much information about Asakura. Well, anyway, there was this lady Asakura. She like was. It doesn't really like specify like what religion she represents. But she's very spiritual. She makes like comments about heaven and earth, and I think like she wanted to like use this girl who formed a connection to Iris because like in the Gamera series, the Heisei series, Gamera was a monster created by the ancient civilization of Atlantis to battle another of their monstrous creations, the Gauss, because the Gauss got out of control and just killed everybody off the face of the earth. And the way they controlled Gamera was by using these little like tomoe shaped pendants, like little jewels. They're made out of that mythical substance called orichalcum. And so, like, if you had one, you'd be able to like, you would basically be bonded to Gamera, and you could control him or like really direct him. And the monster he fought in this movie, Iris, was had a similar thing, and the girl who found the pendant like bonded with it, and like that priestess tried to take it from her and use it to control it, but then she ends up getting crushed, which was fucking hilarious. If you get the chance, look it up. Gamera, The Revenge of Iris. You'll see what I mean. So yes, there was a priest that tried to battle a kaiju, and went as well as you would expect.
Monsters are great.
They are.
Monsters are nothing more than an allegory for things we fear.
Which is true.
Like ourselves. Well, to give an example of that, again, go back to the queer. Dracula is a story about the author exploring his fear and anxiety of being a closeted gay man. Dracula's him, and Jonathan and Harker is his lover, is a man he's in love with. Dun dun dun.
You said there was a documentary about that?
There's a documentary about the gays and horror in general, but the queer context of Dracula has been around. It's been around for quite some time. It's not a new thing. But there's a documentary on Shudder about how the horror genre is what it is because of the gays. So there's like a whole. I'll find the name of it. And I'll post it in the Discord for us because I think eventually we should do an episode on that. If I thought about it sooner, I would have done it during Pride Month, but I didn't. I didn't think about it until after the fact when I was looking into doing reading Dracula. I was like, we should have done an episode on the gays when it comes to horror.
First episode you should have talked about Hellbound Hearts.
Hellbound Hearts, yeah.
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 If that was
we talked about Hellraiser on here.
Yes, we did. Yes.
On Book Watchers, but we also talked about it on here.
Yes.
Yes. How that's just gay. Gay.
One of the few books that actually like made me like actually put it away because I'm like, okay, I should not be reading this here in public. like, I shouldn't be reading this here. Like, I was bored. I had nothing better to do, so I started reading it, and then I saw like, and then I read it, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna put this away.
Yeah, I when it comes to books, I don't really have time to sit down and read. I listen to audiobooks a lot, especially whenever like I'm off doing like if I'm working out or like I'm driving or whatever, long distances, I had to turn it off because I did not feel comfortable with some random man reading this book to me. I was like, "Ugh, I can't."
Yeah, I couldn't keep a straight face. Like, I got to that one scene, and you know which scene I'm talking about. I will not repeat it here. I got to that one scene, and just my face, I couldn't maintain a poker face. I just like went like just sheer disgust and horror was like just like stretching my face out into like this like
You
hold
want
on,
to know
I
what
said
he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen? Well, on the Book Watchers, when we start posting those episodes again, we did an episode on the Hellbound Heart from Hellraiser,
that was my face.
and that will go, and we'll go in detail in that on what exactly he's talking about when that episode gets uploaded at some point in the future. But
Eventually.
I don't know. I don't know what number episode that is, but somewhere. We have like several fucking episodes that we've recorded. But yes, also some of the podcasts are coming back in August. Well, I mean, this gets posted the weekend before August 1st, but the first week of August is when some of the podcasts are coming back. Book Watchers is coming back with new episodes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll have 14 episodes after this week recorded. So that'll be 14 weeks. And then, yeah. Wait, hold up. Yes. Let's see. So that one's coming back, and that's where Kaiju Groupie comes from. Is Book Watchers, as well as Voidonica, a D&D podcast. Now that one is the D&D campaign, the next D&D campaign, it's supposed to come out in early August, but due to things, that might get pushed back a little bit depending on how quickly I can get stuff done. Because I was hoping to get some help. But I'll do it. It's fine. So that's going to be happening. And then Tea of the Gods at some point will come back. So stuff's going to come back.
That's a lot of research, though. Tea of the Gods is a lot of research.
I mean, fair.
Work.
I already know a bunch of it. I'm ready for it.
I know
Are you ready for
one
it?
wing of that. I know one wing, and that's because I freaking grew up in that.
I know 2.5. 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. But this fall, stuff's going to come back. It's just going to come back gradually. But yeah, monsters. So this episode is a bunch of nonsense. Monsters. The theme of monsters. The origins. Favorite. Favorite cryptid? Those are monsters, right?
Yeah.
Favorite cryptid?
Mothman.
Mothman.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Mothman. the Wendigo, and of course, like the Chupacabra.
It's not Wendigo. It's Wendy Ho.
Get out.
All right, it's time for me to log off.
Yeah, I need to go.
Good night.
Wow, tough crowd.
Yeah, I gotta leave.
Tough crowd.
I don't have anywhere to be. I just can't be here right now.
Damn.
I
That's
don't have a prior,
rude.
I don't have a prior engagement, but I don't want to be here.
That's rude. That is rude and very, very disrespectful.
Yeah, that pun really was. Anyway, as I was saying. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the Mothman, the Wendigo, and of course the Chupacabra.
What was that last one?
Chupacabra,
The Chupacabra.
the goat sucker.
The Chicago.
Chicago
white.
is your favorite cryptid?
So white. What's yours, Bunyip?
Well, obviously the bunyip.
I forgot that was a cryptid. I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's an Australian myth of this water devil or spirit, which mostly is described as like a water dog. But most Aboriginals where like originates from, they're like no one can agree on what it looks like.
Huh.
But it's basically just some creature that lurks in water and waits until someone's dumb enough to get close.
So basically a Kelpie, but not a Kelpie.
No, that's
Not a horse, but a spirit in the water that kills people.
pretty much yes.
Nessie. The
I
Loch
don't-
Ness Monster.
It's not as big as Nessie.
No, I'm just saying the Loch Ness Monster. I love old Nessie. If you were a monster, what monster would you be? I mean, Kaiju Groupie's already a werewolf. A woo.
Wow.
A wolf.
I don't know what I would be. I don't know.
A vampire.
A vampire.
Blah, blah,
Probably.
blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe a ghost and just haunt people.
I would want to be a cannibal.
A cannibal?
Yeah,
You said that too quick and easily. Why a cannibal?
because I'd be curious to know what a person tastes like.
There.
We here at Neonic Void Productions, FBI, do not condone that statement.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What statement? I don't know. I don't know what was said.
That mad chairman wants to eat human flesh.
I mean,
Stop.
I mean,
I
I eat
put,
the
like-
dead skin off of my fingernails
You
all
could.
the time.
everybody's like there's at least everybody's at least a little bit curious, you know?
You could ask that guy from Snowpiercer. He knows what people taste like.
Oh God, why?
Didn't
Oh,
they make
God.
a seasoning? Oh, didn't they make a seasoning that would make meat taste like human meat? Like someone made a seasoning for it, like so that like you could get the idea of what human meat tastes like.
Somebody had to know what it tastes like to begin with to get that taste.
I'm aware. That's so horrific to think about. And like it is, I mean, it is a very big unspoken taboo, but like you can't deny that people are curious, you know?
That is fine, but just the idea of like eating human flesh is not the weird part, but the weird part is like, wow, I mean something that all my friends are made out of, as well as myself. That's weird. That you're eating human meat, and all of a sudden you're looking at, like, I'm looking at any of y'all as I'm eating human meat. I'm like, wow, Housekeeper and Kaiju Groupie taste like this.
Well, maybe they don't taste like that. Maybe they taste a little
Maybe.
different.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Kaiju Groupie tastes more gamey. You know, I don't know. It's just weird.
See,
It
aren't
might
you
be
curious?
extra salty. So you might
Well,
have some
I don't know.
sweet and sourness
Exactly.
to you.
Put some
it's just
MSG on
a-
there, you know?
Oh my god, this cheese! Stop
What were you-
the
What were you saying, Kaiju Groupie?
I don't know. Maybe have a hint of cinnamon in there. I don't know.
Hentos, too much. You be high in salt. What are you talking about?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, aren't you the one that always says you're salty?
No.
Yes.
Mm.
You've made that joke.
Like one time.
Once is enough.
That's fair.
But to me, eating human meat would just be too weird for me, because then I'd just be like, all my friends and my boyfriend taste similar to this, and that's just weird to know what that tastes like. That would freak me out. Regardless if it was good or not, that would just freak me out. Because I don't want to know what my friends and my boyfriend taste like when it comes to their flesh. That's just weird. Like, that adds a whole nother layer that will baffle the mind to me. Trying to wrap my head around that we could eat another human. That's difficult to comprehend. I mean, it's not, but it's like something that you're just like, your mind's just like, what? Why would you want to eat another person like you?
You know, desperate times call for desperate measures.
I don't even think in the desperate times and the desperate measures, I would eat a person, though. I don't think I would. I think I'd rather starve than eat a person.
Yeah, just wait. You know, starvation is another form of madness.
That is true.
You do crazy shit when you're starving to death. Just some food for thought.
I mean, that is true. Food for thought, really, really Kaiju Groupie.
Mm.
So if we were on an island and we are both starving, you would let me kill you to eat you?
Well, I wouldn't exactly put it that way. I'd probably kill you and eat you.
That's cute.
But you know what? You're probably high in carbs and sugar.
Bitch!
Ooh.
What, you thought I was gonna let that salty comment slide? The fuck? Get out of here.
Gagged. Gagged. Wig snatched.
Uh,
Dead.
wow.
Damn.
Wow. Oh. Wow. Wow. Oh, this is like, damn, did I really just make Zio just dip?
You fucking little bitch. How dare you? On my program? On my program? How dare you? The gods will smite you. I hope you step on a Lego. Damn. The real buffoonery here, ladies and gentlemen, the real audacity, the real caucasity from the mountains of Caucasus here. I'm gonna go on a journey and try to find the audacity that Kaiju Groupie found here on this day. That's the real monster. The audacity of Kaiju Groupie. That's the real monster here. I make a salty joke and he makes a fat joke. Wow. Wow.
You could have made a soulless ginger joke.
Wow.
Yeah, but that wouldn't really have done anything.
True.
No, it wouldn't have.
Because it doesn't have a soul.
I Because I take pride in that. Well, I do have souls. Every freckle is a soul I have stolen.
Yeah, and he's growing a new one from constantly sucking my soul dry. We love Zio here.
Do we?
Do you?
Oh,
It doesn't sound like it.
Like, damn, the shit you say to me, Zio. Like, come on, can't take what you dish.
I can't. I'm kidding. That's fine. I was just behooved that you went there, you fucking little bitch. That's why your mother doesn't love you.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, damn. That took a turn. Anything else on monsters for we end today's episode so I can go fucking contemplate life?
Nah.
You know, that's the real monster.
Kaiju Groupie, I think you're gonna get fucking got on Wednesday. No, not Wednesday, Thursday.
What did I do?
With your fucking comment, dude.
What? That was right. Like I could hear Indigo from downstairs. Like, what is he mad at me or something? Or are you talking about Devin?
Devin.
Zio.
Yeah, Zio.
You wait. You wait.
Okay.
You wait. You go and get it on site.
Okay.
You wait. You wait. We'll carpool. We'll carpool.
Okay.
Love you too, buddy. Love you too, best buddy. Love you too.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Fireball written all with your name written all over it. Come at me.
Hellish nuke. I could do it again. I can wish for a grammar ring. I can get one shard.
Do you have 3 fate rolls?
I have 2. On needs one
Okay,
more.
yeah, you just need. Well, you do need one.
I need one
How long
more.
does it take for you to get one, dude?
We're done. We're done here. Thank you all for listening to today's episode. Catch us next time as we join into Kaiju month, where I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this bullshit. So good night. Have a great day. Unless you're Kaiju Groupie or housekeeper, and y'all can go fuck yourselves. I'm done. Goodbye.
We love you, Zio.
We love you, boo.
The only ones I don't want to kill here are Bunyip and Mad Chairman. And Bunyip, I could never. Because Bunyip is an angel, sent from God.
But aren't angels possibly monsters too?
Oh,
I mean,
fuck.
have you read about the description about them in the Bible?
I mean, they
Oh,
say
fuck, you're right.
be not afraid, but at the same time, you're like, what am I supposed to feel, buddy?
You
Be
look
not
like a wheel. You look like a wheel with a bunch of eyeballs. How am I not supposed to be afraid?
You have eyes on your wings there.
You
Or-
look like some weird amalgamation of a lamb, a man, and like you have like
A lion.
5 faces. You have 5 fucking faces, dude. Like I see a lion, an eagle, a lamb, a fucking person, and then you have like 6 fucking wings.
With
How am I not
eyeballs?
supposed with eyeballs?
And I'm
How
like,
am
oh
I
my
not
God.
supposed to be afraid?
I'm like, oh my God, Angel, are you checking me out? Oh my God, that's sinful.
Yeah, with those eyes, you can catch every angle.
Stop it. Get some help.
On site. On site.